Yo, what's going on, guys? Purrely here, and today I'm going to be doing a Purrely deck profile for the current format. This is a deck that recently became super cheap from the Rarity Collection too, so decided to pick it up before it started going up a little bit. So when I got it, everything was like bulk prices pretty much, and since then, like the Noir and the Baby Noir went up like a little bit, but it still should be less than like 20 bucks for the whole core, so still really cheap. It's probably one of the better budget decks in the game currently, for sure. There's a couple of cards in the extra deck that aren't budget, but you can easily play without those. So yeah, before I get into the profile, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, definitely do that now so you don't miss out on any future videos. Drop a like, comment on the video, all that good stuff. And if you're interested in this playmat here, or any of the other Dino playmats sleeves that I've shown in other videos, check out finalsaga.de, and if you decide to buy anything from them, use my code Reversal10 for 10% off your order. It helps me directly, and they got a lot of cool stuff over there, so definitely check them out. So let's get right into the deck. It's 40 cards, and excuse my voice if I sound like shit because I've been sick all week, so bear with me. I'm trying. So yeah, we got 2 white cat, 2 black cat. I feel like this ratio is becoming a lot more standard lately. As before, you'd see like 3 of the white cat, but this is all you really need. And then we got the 3 my friends, the 3 pretty memories, 3 happy, 2 sleepy, because it's at 2 delicious, because it's at 2, 3 stray, the field spell. This card's really nice because it gives you the targeting protection, and then the 1 trap. So I feel like these ratios are all like pretty standard for every list, except for the 2 white, 2 black. Some people play a 5th cat, but I think this is becoming a lot more standard lately. So for some more consistency spells, we got 3 prosperity and the terraforming, so you can see the field spell more. Yeah, there's not much to say about these. I don't think you need to run the terraforming, but it's something I decided to play because the field spell's so nice to stop all those targeting hand traps and whatnot. And then prosperities, you don't need to talk about that really. So for some defensive cards, we have crossout and call by. And then for the crossout targets, as far as hand traps go, just playing 1 Ash, 1 Veiler, 1 Mourner, 1 Ogre, and 1 Imperm. So the crossouts with like the 1 of hand trap targets is something that we're starting to see a lot more of, just like in general. And I think it's definitely a fine way to go about deck building. Sorry. But yeah, like if you're not going to be playing a ton of hand traps, it doesn't really make sense to just play like 10 of them or something. So you might as well just play the bare minimum. If you see these cards, they're still good. You're drawing cards a lot when you're going first through the Purrely cards, so having some good cards to draw into there is nice. And these are just the main ones you want to hit with crossout. So I think it's fine to play like this. The only other one that's not here is Droll, which I don't think Droll is like super popular in the main deck right now. But that could definitely change in the near future, especially after Infinite Forbidden drops. I think Droll's going to be back in a lot of main decks. Especially if Snake Eyes gets hit on the ban list by then. Because the Fiendsmith engine plays into Droll a lot harder than what's currently going on. So yeah, that's it for the hand traps. You could side the crossouts just for when you go first and just play a bunch of hand traps, but I think you just want your plays to be able to go through. And if we see people more shift towards like board breaker approaches, which we've kind of been seeing lately, you could definitely opt to side these if they're not performing as well. So that's definitely something to consider. So for the last few non-engine slots, I'm playing 2 Fenrir. I just had 2 slots left and decided to throw the Fenrirs in since it's the best discard engine in the game, in my opinion. I've seen some people play the Black Goat Laughs as a 3-of in the deck, since it's a good discard, but I haven't really tried that since I only have the one, and the card's like super expensive now, so I'm not getting 2 more, but that's definitely something to play around with as well. Then 3 Dark Ruler. This is just the best board breaker for this deck. If you're not playing a ton of hand traps, it makes sense to play this. And then the 1 Rivalry. This card's good going first or second. It's just really good against Snake Eyes in particular. But versus most decks, this card can just be an auto win if they can't deal with it, so definitely want to play that. So yeah, that's 40. Now you can play 41 if you want to. It doesn't really make too big of a difference, but that's what I'm at. So for the extra deck, we got the 1 Baby Noir. I don't think you need more than 1 of this. 2 Big Noir. I think you do need 2 of this. And then for the other Purrely XCs, we're playing just 2 of each. I think these all come up in multiples at different times, so I think you need to play 2 of each. And then we got the Zeus package with the assembled Downer and Zeus. This is definitely nice to have. Then these last couple cards, we have Typhon. This is one that is nice to have, but if you don't have the card for budget reasons, you can just play without it and it's fine. Then we get the Anima, and the last card is SP. Same thing as Typhon. If you don't have this, you could just opt not to play it. But it's SP, so it's a good card, obviously, if you do have it. And if you don't have these 2, something you can play is, let me try to find it. The Sylvan Princess Sprite. This is another card you could throw in. And then just whatever for the last one. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck. For the side deck, I'm not gonna go over like a ton of options like I usually do. I'm just gonna kind of do like a 15. So we got 2 more Ash. Since this is like the best generic hand trap against a lot of matchups, if you're going up against like Branded or Tenpai, it's nice to bring in more of these. 2 DD Crows. This is just a versatile hand trap. It's good against both of those decks as well. And then just has a lot of uses. Something you could use, since you are playing Cross-out, is you could side a Gimmick Puppet, the Nightmare, for if you go against Branded. So that's definitely something to consider if you do have like a locals where you expect several Branded players. You could side a Gimmick Puppet. Then we got the 1 Droll. Just play 1 so you can side it for Cross-out. And then if there's a matchup where you want to throw it in, you could throw it in. If you end up taking anything else out, you can always play more Drolls if you think it's good enough. Then we got the Duster and the 2 Storms. Just some more clears. Playing a couple steel cards and Change of Heart, Mind Control, Snatch Steel. These could really just be any board breaker, but decided to go with the steel cards since I think they're pretty good right now. Especially in combination with the other board breakers that you're already playing. We got the 1D Barrier. This is for Cross-out mainly. But there's a lot of decks where if you go first, you can just side this in and it's good. And then the last card is Dimensional Fissure. This is like the best going first card in this deck. It's not bad going second against some decks, but it's mostly just a going first card. Since any monster goes to the banished instead of the graveyard, and your Purrely spells will still hit the grave with this, so it's really good. Definitely would play this. But yeah, that's like it for the deck. It's mostly like just pretty standard, to be honest. I feel like this deck's kind of been innovated to the point where most of the stuff is kind of just standard and preference, but I think the main thing is if you want to main Cross-out or not at this point, and then that kind of changes your approach to the non-engine in the main deck. But other than that, I think it's pretty standard deck, and definitely give it a try if you have the cards and you can get the cards on a budget. Like I said, the Typhon's not needed, the SP's not needed. I'm playing a couple friend rares, but those are not needed either, so could definitely get away with playing none of those and the deck's still perfectly fine. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video today. Thanks for watching and peace.